The Osirian behaves like a system, exporting entropy elsewhere, while disorder is displaced. This is much like the human experience when viewed through the lens of the soul. The Osirian doesn't break the laws of thermodynamics, but it does expose that what we're measuring is far greater than what we think. And the other message I was getting with it is entropy cannot survive here because its source is hidden. The Osiris is this self-sustaining and self-regenerating almost organism of consciousness that's connected to this hidden wellspring of knowledge that keeps it steady. It's almost cultivated an anchor that keeps it grounded into the earth, even in a high entropy environment, remaining locally ordered while the disorder is displaced. Entropy fails here because the source of order is hidden. It's self-sustaining, self-regenerating, and is self-organized without any need for external interference. Why the Osirian appears to break the second law of thermodynamics is because the system naturally moves towards disorder or entropy, where energy disperses, structures decay, unless continuous external energy is applied. Things don't stay ordered, coherent, or stable for long, especially underground, wet, and sealed. What the Osirian does that shouldn't work to the logical, rational mind is it has persistent order in a high entropy environment. The Osirian is 15 meters underground. It's permanently flooded, filled with massive granite blocks, and sealed with minimum airflow. By thermodynamic expectation, this should result in structural collapse, chaotic erosion, and uncontrolled biological decay. Instead, what we see is a long-term structural coherence and water that does not stagnate or rock as the human mind may believe. The system behaves as if it was self-stabilizing. It has a constant energy system with no visible output. It's not fed by the Nile, it's not rain-fed, and it cannot be fully drained. It continuously replenishes itself, no matter how many attempts have been made to drain the water. From a classical physics perspective, this is odd because closed systems should lose usable energy over time. Yet this system behaves as if it were an open, hidden reservoir of some kind. That reservoir is not visible on the surface. Order maintained without intervention. Normally, to preserve order, you need pumps or circulation or maintenance or some kind of energy input, but the Osirian has had none for millennia. This makes it look like a site that's minimizing entropy instead of decreasing it. I call forth the memory beneath memory, the water that cannot be drained, and the site that remembers itself before time. May the well beneath my forgetting remember me now. I return to the source that was never lost. In the Osirian trinity, nothing is lost. It's only redistributed. Osiris is the descent, the returning to source, the memory held beneath the surface. Isis is the container, the intelligence, the womb that knows how to hold water without spilling its power. Horus is the re-emergence, clear sight restored, vision reclaimed after fragmentation. This is why the Osirian was built around water and not above it. The waters here cannot be drained, not because of engineering alone, but because they are fed from beneath the system, a hidden wellspring. No matter how much is removed, more rises. Not from the Nile, not from the surface, but from a depth that does not belong to the visible world. If you guys are picking up what I'm putting down, this is a source in which you are also interconnected with. So the transmission linked to the human is that each human carries a similar well, a source beneath identity, beneath trauma, beneath the roles that you learned to survive. You cannot empty it. Even if life tries, you can forget it. You can cover it, but you can never drain it. When you reconnect with that wellspring, vision restores itself first. Clarity returns before certainty, and wholeness comes without force. What cannot be drained is what was never meant to be taken from you. I'm going to go ahead and read my entropy card for you so that you can understand what it means in case you don't know. Loss of order in a system. Entropy indicates the level of molecular uncertainty about a system. It is the measure of the amount of energy which is lost due to being unavailable to do work. It is the transition from a disorderly state to an even more disorderly state. There are notions of microscopic order and disorder. Uncertainty, a set of messages of which one will be received. The word entropy comes from the Greek word meaning confusion derived from a twisting motion. Turn around, return, or change the layout. At first look, entropy shows up as disproportion. We improve by putting order to that molecular confusion. Get down to earth and introduce organization. Establish your ideas so that you can clear your hesitation. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this message and how this came into form. I'm not even sure how this is going to be structured just yet, so I guess you know before I do. But I shall speak to you guys very, very soon. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, do consider subscribing because we'd love to have you around. Personal reading details are also down below. And yeah, until next time, bye. And then you can see the netted symbol there. That's where they're casting this net into this invisible blueprint matrix. And it basically allows them to interact with these plasma life forms. That's why you can see the red sun disk, like here, for example. That's part of the ancient star civilization. It's a red or brown dwarf star. Clouds in the sky don't care if I stay.